Have you ever felt a shiver down your spine in the dark when you've been all alone? Imagine that sensation, the hair-raising fear of the unknown, the anxiety of what may lurk in the shadows. Isn't it fascinating how our minds can conjure up the most terrifying scenarios from the simplest situations? It's this very human instinct that gives birth to urban legends, to chilling tales that stand the test of time. Welcome, if you dare, to the chilling tale of Aren't You Glad You Didn't Turn on the Light? Our tale begins in a regular college dorm room, 2 roommates, and an eerie night. A tale as old as time, or perhaps as old as urban legends themselves, this story takes us back to the mundane setting of a shared room in a college dormitory. The roommates, 2 young women, were as ordinary as any other students, juggling classes, social life, and the countless other dramas that come with college life. As the story unfolds, we find one of the roommates coming home late after a night out. She stumbles into the dark room, careful not to wake her roommate, who she assumes is sleeping soundly in her bed. Unwilling to disturb the peace, she refrains from turning on the light, navigating through the darkness with the faint glow of the streetlights filtering through the window. The night passes uneventfully, or so it seems. Our latecomer wakes up the next morning, the events of the previous night a blur in her memory. The room is still shrouded in darkness, the curtains drawn shut, but the silence is deafening, unsettling. She reaches out for the light switch and the room is instantly bathed in the harsh, revealing light of day. A scream pierces the air as her eyes land on her roommate's bed. The scene that greets her is one of horror and disbelief. Her roommate lies motionless, a lifeless figure painted in shades of red and white, but the horror doesn't end there. On the wall next to the bed, written in what appears to be blood, is a chilling message that sends shivers down her spine. The words stare back at her, a haunting reminder of the night before, a question that now sounds more like a macabre taunt. In the morning light, a chilling message awaited. Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? The words echo in her mind, a chilling soundtrack to a nightmare that has suddenly become all too real. The legend, it seems, has unveiled itself in the most terrifying way possible. A chilling tale indeed, but what might it mean? What could it signify? Let's take a moment to delve deeper into this legend, to explore possible interpretations and the themes it holds. The Aren't You Glad You Didn't Turn on the Light legend, like many urban legends, plays on our most primal fears. Fear of the unknown, darkness, and the unexpected. In the heart of this tale is the fear of darkness. Darkness, in its essence, represents the unknown, the unseen. It's a void that can hold anything, from the ordinary to the monstrous. This legend leverages this fear, building tension as we envision a room shrouded in darkness, a place where danger lurks unnoticed. Similarly, the phrase, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" is a chilling reminder of how ignorance can sometimes be a shield. The protagonist in the story, by not turning on the light, is spared the immediate horror of her roommate's demise. But the phrase also hints at the dreadful realization that came later. It's a stark reminder that what we don't know can indeed harm us, a theme that resonates deeply in our subconscious. Moreover, this urban legend plays on the fear of the unexpected. It's a scenario that takes place in a seemingly safe environment, a college dorm room. This setting is supposed to be a sanctuary, a place of security. The violation of this safe space by a brutal act introduces an element of unpredictability, shaking our sense of safety and stability. Lastly, the legend also explores the theme of guilt and responsibility. The protagonist's decision not to turn on the light, while saving her from immediate shock, leaves her with a lingering guilt. It raises the question, could she have done something? It's a haunting thought that adds another layer of fear to the story. And so, the darkness remains a symbol of our deepest, unspoken fears. This legend, like many others, serves as a mirror, reflecting the insecurities, anxieties, and fears that reside in the darkest corners of our minds. This tale, like many urban legends, has seeped into the veins of popular culture. It's not just a spooky story told around a campfire or on a dark, quiet night. No, it's much more than that. This urban legend, Aren't You Glad You Didn't Turn on the Light?, has found its way into the heart of our collective consciousness, coloring our perceptions and interactions with the dark. Over the years, this chilling narrative has been retold and reimagined countless times, each rendition adding its own unique spin to the tale. It's influenced a plethora of movies, books, and TV shows, and has even made its mark on the way we perceive and interact with the darkness. Let's start with the movies. The horror genre, in particular, has been deeply influenced by this urban legend. It's hard to watch a horror movie without coming across a scene that reminds you of this chilling tale. The suspense built around a character hesitating to switch on the light, the fear of what might be revealed in the harsh glow of a bulb. It's all there, echoing the core elements of our legend. Next we have books. Thriller and mystery authors have found fertile ground in the "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light" legend? It's been used as a plot device, a character motivation, or even just as a passing reference. The story has been ingrained into our literature, seeping into the pages of countless novels and short stories. Not to be left out, TV shows, especially those that dabble in the supernatural and the eerie, have also drawn inspiration from this urban legend. It's been used as a storyline, a subplot, or even as a backdrop for an entire season. The fear of the unknown, the tension that builds when the lights are off, it's all there, adding to the suspense and intrigue of the narrative. Beyond the realm of entertainment, this urban legend has had a profound impact on our everyday lives. It's influenced how we perceive the dark, how we interact with it. It's made us question what might be lurking in the shadows, what might be revealed when the lights come on. It's turned the simple act of flipping a light switch into a moment fraught with anticipation and a tinge of fear. So, the next time you hesitate to switch on the light, remember this tale. Who knows, you might just be living your own version of this urban legend. Urban legends evolve with time, and Aren't You Glad You Didn't Turn on the Light is no different. This chilling tale has seen numerous adaptations and interpretations in today's digital age, each more spine-tingling than the last. In the realm of social media, the legend has been given a modern twist. Stories have surfaced of a phantom text message sent from an unknown number bearing the ominous question, "Aren't you glad you didn't open the message?" In this version, the recipient of the text is saved from a frightful fate by simply ignoring the message. In another variation, the legend has been adapted to the world of online gaming. Players navigate through a virtual house with the haunting line, "Aren't you glad you didn't open the door?" echoing in their ears as they grapple with the decision to open or not open a particular door. This interactive twist not only brings a new level of immersion, but also allows individuals to experience the legend in a personal, visceral way. Podcasters and audio dramatists have also reimagined the tale using the power of sound to amplify the suspense and terror. In these versions, the eerie whisper of, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" is often heard in the background, creating a chilling auditory experience that leaves listeners on edge. The legend has also found a place in the world of short films and web series where the narrative is expanded and characters are given more depth. In some of these cinematic interpretations, the final line is delivered not as a question, but as a chilling statement, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" adding a whole new layer of terror to the tale. And so, the legend continues to evolve, reflecting our changing fears and anxieties. With each new interpretation, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" remains a potent symbol of our collective fear of the unknown, ensuring its place in the pantheon of enduring urban legends. So what about you? As we delve into the final question of this exploration, let's take a moment to reflect. This urban legend, like many others, plays on our instinctive fear of the unknown, particularly the dark. It's not the absence of light that scares us, but rather what might be lurking within it. Could it be that the story of "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light" merely amplifies this fear, painting the dark as a potential canvas for our worst nightmares? Or does it remind us of our vulnerability, that sense of helplessness we feel when plunged into the inky blackness, unsure of what awaits? Either way, this tale is a reminder of the power of the unknown, and the lengths our imaginations can go to fill in the blanks. So, the next time you find yourself alone in the dark, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Remember, the next time you're alone in the dark, the question isn't if you're afraid, but why? Good night, and sleep tight. Hey there, loved the video? Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Drop a message in the comments that you subscribed. Don't forget to explore more fantastic videos on this channel.